do want to get into one more thing here because Boise State did a very cool thing yesterday. I thought this was really unique.
Yeah, we can call it VO40 just to kind of showcase this. When we think of honoring players, we think of retiring numbers, we think of statues. It's rare that someone comes up with something creative in this space. So here, Boise State decided to paint the yard lines for two of their best players, Ashton Jeanty most recently from the Frisco area, and Kellen Moore of somewhat Cowboys fame.
Dallas Cowboys fame, yeah.
Yeah, but they painted the second.
First and foremost, Boise State fame.
Sure, but I'm trying to localize it, Mike.
Yes.
That's part of the fun of this.
Yeah, Mike. Jeez.
But as you saw on that clip,
Ultimate
they painted
Dallas
the
sports.
second and 11-yard lines in honor of them. It's also funny seeing a Pac-12 logo next to Boise State, but that's a tangent. But they painted the second and 11-yard lines as a way to kind of honor forever. Whenever they paint the yard lines, they will paint those two orange to highlight their careers and make sure they're always part of the team, which I thought is really a unique and interesting way to approach it.
It's subtle, but it's effective.
I do
cool.
love how Boise State's like, the blue field isn't weird enough.
Yeah.
That is true.
Let's color these hash marks.
Let's make it even weirder.
I also had a question, just thinking about this a second ago. What happens with guys in the 96?
Yeah.
Do you
That's a good
is it
question.
read left to right from the home sideline,
It's
or
got
is it
to.
only numbers 50 and under that will get this?
They'll have to figure out a different way to do it, or what's probably likelier here is it's just these two forever.
That's fine.
They're in their own stratosphere. If someone else comes
have no
along in the
faith?
Boise State, I'm not saying that Boise State's never going to produce another good player.
Michelle's
but
going to vouch
they're
for
in
Boise State here.
But they're in a different stratosphere. You're talking about two guys that played about 15 years apart probably 10 years, I'll bet, apart in Boise State history.
I think that might be closer to 15. Wasn't Kellen 2011?
But Jeanty's been out now for a couple. Maybe it's 12 years apart. Somewhere in that ballpark.
Arguing semantics here. Point being,
Well, because Kellen was a Cowboy early in Dak's career.
Yeah.
May have even come in the year before.
Mike conflating.
Because Kellen was going to be the starter
2012.
when Tony Romo got hurt.
2012 draft.
I'm surprised he had been on the roster for that long, honestly.
Well, he was with the Lions first, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he was going to start when Tony Romo got hurt, except for Kellen broke his ankle that year, and that's what thrust Dak into the job, and here we are a decade later. I thought this was really cool. I thought this was a very unique, subtle, but distinct way to say, these are our two dudes for all time. And they're doing it because they're going into the Pac-12. It's a way to give a nod to their, non-power conference era. And those two guys are linchpins to all of the success that program has had. And now we'll see if the Pac-12 can make itself a power conference again. That's a different lift, but it's a new era for the program. And I thought it was very cool.
I wonder if the players are like, yeah, but hang up my jersey too. You know?
I'm sure there's no loss on them in terms of what kind of paraphernalia they have around the team itself. So I don't think they're sitting there thinking that's all I get really after years of service.
I know, but I mean it's awesome. It's awesome, but I just think that maybe I would want more than just a little paint stripe. I don't know.